I'm Gab. He's not Jules. He's Mark Ogden. That's right. Jules has a day off. And it's it was raining before. It is very humid here in Berlin. Mark, welcome aboard. We're done. We're done with the group stage. Round of 16 time. We got our knockouts. 24 have become 16. And I know there's going to be grumpy old men bitching about the status of the tournament. Personally, I got no problem with it. I enjoyed it thus far. But let's talk about the pick of the round of 16, at least on paper. France against Belgium. Two teams that I think fair to say have been underwhelming so far.
Absolutely. I was at the Belgium-Ukraine game on Wednesday in Stuttgart, and I was speaking to some of the Belgian journalists after the game, and they were kind of happy in a way that they got France because they feel that Belgium, as well as they're not playing well, have got more of a chance against a team that they are underdogs against, because they feel that when Belgium play a lower ranked team or a team that's they're expected to beat, they struggle, and they've really struggled in that group. It's been a tortuous campaign in that section, and I think yesterday was an example of how much they've struggled.
Well, Belgium, I mean, just starting with that because you were at that game,
Yeah.
they were booed by their own fans despite advancing from the group. This is after a 0-0 draw with Ukraine in that weird group where everybody finished on 4 points.
Yeah, it's a bit like the England reaction the previous night when...
You have to relate everything back to England.
No, I'm going to put it into context.
You're either going to relate it to England or to Manchester United.
Oh, well, Gareth Southgate was pelted by drinks, and that was a classic kind of English reaction, self-entitlement that we deserve to do better. But Belgium, it was different. It was much louder, and it was much more sustained, because Kevin De Bruyne had basically gone to the crowd at the end of the game to try and applaud, and he was being booed and whistled at the time. And then the announcer read out his name as the player of the match, and the noise got even louder to the point where he turned around to his teammates and said, just forget it, let's get off the pitch. And it basically stemmed from the fact that 3 or 4 minutes to go, Belgium had a bit of possession, and rather than try and score the goal, which would have taken them top of the group, easy route to the final, they played keep ball by the corner flag. And the fans weren't happy with that because, Ukraine were there for the taking. Ukraine, had a couple of chances, but Belgium should have scored. So the fans booed Belgium for being negative and cautious, and the coach after the game, Tedesco, was saying, well, the risk was if the Ukraine went the other end and scored, we were knocked out. So he defended it that way, but it was pretty unimpressive.
Yeah, thank you, Captain Obvious there. Do you think that maybe they knew the other game? I think this game ended a few minutes after the other game that I was at. They knew that, hey, look, we're going to finish second here, but that's okay because we'd rather play France.
Possibly. I mean, listen, you're not really going to want to play France ahead of, I don't know who.
Well, that was your theory earlier, right? The Belgian mindset. Like, we'll do better against France because we're underdogs.
Well, that was the mindset of the Belgian journalists, not my mindset. But, maybe they are better placed to play against France. But the last 5 minutes, Ukraine had the better chances. Ukraine were going for the win because they needed to get a result to go through. And the Belgians just almost just sat deep and tried to contain and tried to ride it out. And it was just, they struck me as an old team, tired, out of ideas. De Bruyne did his best, but people like Lukaku let them down again with his finishing. Carrasco was terrible when he came on. I just thought it was a really poor performance. And Belgium, for me, France haven't been playing well, but I think France have got another gear they can go to. I don't think Belgium have.
Well, let's turn to France, because these other gears that they can go to, right? I mean, we've had many years of Deschamps. They don't generally play sparkling football, but they have so much individual quality. They're tight at the back. It works out. Still, against an already eliminated Poland, finishes 1-1. Maybe they had the better chances, but it still feels really lackluster, even with Mbappe back as the masked man.
Yeah, but Mbappe's not fully fit, is he? He did score a penalty, didn't do much else. They lacked something, France.
So why is he not fully fit? Because he has a broken nose?
Yeah, but I mean
that affects his... his legs?
Well, it may actually hurt him. It may be quite sore. He may not want to win for the odd challenge that he would normally win for. You've got a broken nose. It's a broken nose.
I don't think Mbappe challenges with his face very often, but hey.
No, but Poland can be quite physical defensively. Anyway, I just think that France have got another level to go to. They did
it's just like having Jules here making excuses for Mbappe. But go ahead.
They made changes. Griezmann didn't play. I just think if I was Jules, I'd be happy and content that that France has got 1 or 2 levels to go to. We don't remember group stages of tournaments. The winners end up winning by what they do in the knockout stages, not what happened in the group stage. So France haven't been impressive. 2 goals in 4 games. 1 was an own goal. 1 was a penalty. Not great, but still.
3 games.
No, prior to the tournament they had a goalless drop. So they're not cutting loose, but I still think France will kick on and do well this tournament.
I mean, certainly I think that's been the formula for France in past tournaments. And let's face it, it served Deschamps very, very well as the 2 World Cup finals, I think, are very much evidence of that.